Let's kick things off with Section 1, the obvious interaction. This is our starting point. It's that simple, everyday thing that gets this whole philosophical snowball rolling downhill.
So let's put the question front and center. You think to yourself, I'm going to raise my hand, and then whoosh, up it goes. How? How on earth does that mental event, the thought, cause the physical event, the movement?
I mean, on the surface, what could be more obvious? You decide to text a friend and your thumbs start moving. This constant connection between what we think and what we do feels like the most basic fact of our lives. It just works. The mystery isn't that it works, but how.
So, how did the philosophical heavyweights try to explain this? Well, that takes us right into Section 2 and the famous view of René Descartes.
For Descartes, reality was split right down the middle into two completely different kinds of stuff. On one side, you've got the mind. Its whole job is to think. It's not physical, and this is the really key part. It doesn't exist in space. Philosophers call this non-extended. And on the other side, you've got the body. It's physical, it takes up space, it's extended, but it can't think. Totally separate things.
And this brings us to the official term, substance dualism. It's the big idea that you, yes you, are made of two totally separate substances, mind and body. But, and this is the crucial little word, they can still somehow cause things to happen to each other. Your mind makes your body move, and your body gives your mind sensations like sight and sound.
But almost as soon as Descartes came up with this idea, it ran into a huge problem. And the person who pointed it out was an incredibly sharp thinker, Princess Elizabeth of Bohemia.
In her letters to Descartes, you can just see her cutting right to the chase. She basically says, hey, this whole interaction problem makes me think your theory is just wrong. Elizabeth's first version of the argument is super intuitive. Okay, step 1, physical things move because they get pushed. Makes sense. Step 2, to push something, you have to actually be there in space to make contact with it. Again, makes sense. But then, step 3, Descartes' mind isn't in space. It has no physical presence. It can't touch anything. So the conclusion just seems to fall right into place. The mind can't move the body. It's like asking, how can a ghost push a bowling ball?
Now, Descartes had a clever comeback. He pointed to things like gravity. He said, look, the sun pulls the earth without a giant rope connecting them. An apple falls to the ground without anything visibly pushing it down. Maybe, he suggested, the mind acts on the body in a similar way, like a kind of action at a distance.
But here's the thing. Elizabeth's objection is way deeper than just being about pushing. See, even a force like gravity works between physical things that exist at locations in space. The real problem, the one Descartes' reply doesn't solve, is that his mind isn't in space at all.
And this gets us to the stronger, more modern version of the argument. 1. Any physical movement has to start with a physical force being applied at a specific point in space. 2. A dualist mind isn't in space and doesn't have any physical force to apply. 3. Therefore, it's just conceptually impossible for this kind of mind to start a physical chain reaction. It literally has no place to start.
And hey, it's not just a one-way street. The problem is just as bad going in the other direction. How can a physical thing, like light waves hitting your eye, cause a non-physical experience in a mind that doesn't even have a location? How can the world get in to affect the mind? It's the same puzzle, just backwards.
And here is where it all comes together in a direct takedown of the theory. Let's add one more premise, the one we started with, the thing we all experience every second of every day. Our minds do cause our bodies to move. So if we accept that, and we also accept the logic that dualism makes interaction impossible, well, then something has to give. The only logical conclusion is that the theory itself must be wrong. Dualism has to be false.